Hi everyone, my name is Ariel and this is YWAM Perth Fortnightly News. For the last 2 years, Western Australia's borders has been closed. It's slowed us down a little bit, but it's given us great opportunities to explore as a missions organisation.
This time, I think it caused a lot of problems. We saw in Australia, especially our city in Perth, we saw a rise in addictions. We saw a rise in homelessness, and being able to be here on the ground as the counseling ministry, being able to come alongside people that are stuck in addictions or family problems, domestic violence, I think has been really key because of the closure of the borders, the different times that we had to go into lockdowns. We were able to still be there, maybe not physically, but we would be able to call people. Our lockdowns generally were quite short, so we were able to then continue that relationship after. I think one specific family where a lady came, she gave her life to God. She has been addicted to drugs, let go of the drugs, and has been able, now has been able to get her children back, has been able to to get like financially stable again, do a job opportunity that someone offered her, and then has her own house now where she can raise her children. And she has been clean for almost over 2 years. And I think the really great moment was this Christmas where she was singing in the carols with her daughters, and she was in the choir in the carols. And it was just one of those moments where you could see the redemption of God, where he took her out of the darkness and then is now using her to be a light in her own community by being able to be in the choir. So I think that was a very special moment, or one of the very special moments, but there's many stories.
And that's just only one of the many stories that we'll be hearing about in the future. The media team took this opportunity to set up a Welcome Week to help new staff transition into their life better here.
So we implemented Welcome Week because we found sometimes when students come and they join staff at YWAM Perth, they can be here for 2 years and not actually know why they're here. And so this week is to really help them to start strong, to start with purpose, to figure out what is their contribution, why has God spoken to them to be here. God doesn't just say to be a part of YWAM Perth, but God has a reason for that. And each of them has a specific gift and a specific contribution that God wants them to make in YWAM Perth. But then also, like, this week is very practical because we find sometimes, starting emails in a new organization, or understanding values, or understanding why we do what we do and how we do what we do, it can take a little bit of time to learn that. And so the idea is with this week to make that really easy and to help them get started very easily and very smoothly so they can be fruitful right away.
Last week was really just refining and defining of, my first week on staff. I learned just heaps about the vision of YWAM Perth and just the direction that God wanted to take me. I feel like I came into this season not really knowing why, or the purpose of why I kind of joined staff, but it really gave me more clarity on where God wanted to lead me.
It was amazing. It was very inspiring, especially hearing about the leaders and how they just went. They heard from God and they went. I love the testimony about how 4 of them just went around Australia and promoted this thing about sharing the gospel in a certain place. And I love how they just went, hear from God and go. That's something that I really love.
I'm also a new staff here at YWAM Perth. For me, Welcome Week was super helpful. I was feeling a bit lost, a bit cluttered, but it really helped me to bring clarity and, feel really connected to YWAM and the staff here. Next time, we're going to invite some school leaders to talk about what's going on in the schools. So make sure to subscribe to be updated on what God's doing in our lives, and make sure to comment what God's doing in your lives. We'll see you next week. For the last, okay, Elsa. For the last 2 years, Western Australia's borders were closed, but next time we're going to have some of the school leaders tell us a little bit about this.
A lot of telling.
to tell